We are live streaming again. We're doing it. Let's go ping everyone in the Discord. Bam. Did it. Let's edit the video. Just doing some maintenance, doing the things that gotta be done. Then let's get this guy. Right, so we have that going. Yeah, I want you. You need to be out in the corner where you belong. Right? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Wow. The lights are very bright for some reason. I cannot handle it. What's up, Fortune from Within? What's up, Alien? Okay, in today's live stream, I don't know, I'm gonna work a little bit briefly on this drum and bass tune that I started in the last live stream, which is like, it's pretty basic. It's kind of boring, but it's basic, but it's nice. It's pleasant and has some potential, I think, maybe, perhaps. Very simple, but it's in 21 notes per octave, and 21 notes per octave is super cool in that it's weird as shit. So that's neat. It's a multiple of 7, which makes it, I don't know, extra fancy. How do I want to do this with the light? Like, it's like blinding me a little bit, low key. That's fine. It's whatever. How goes it tonight? It goes. It goes. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on this song for a little bit, and I'm gonna switch over to another song, and I'm gonna try to have that finished up because I want to release music sometime in the next month-ish or so. And so hopefully I can get that thing finished. And then no, we're just gonna do the thing. We're just gonna do the thing. We're just gonna jump around. We're gonna do music, give feedback, all that stuff. Here at this point, we need to switch up. We need something new to happen. It gets boring as shit real quick. So melody needs to change. Where's the big one? The big guy. Right? Okay. What can we do about you? I know we're playing in some sort of scale. Where do we go? That's kind of compelling. Okay. Yeah, kind of good. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I think. I mean, I haven't heard it in the context of everything else as I should be doing. I'm assuming it's going to be good. Now we need these chords in the background to also change up. What did I do with you? What did I do with you? We got this group of notes, so let's just copy paste this over here. You're like something like that. Can we shift you down cleanly? No. That's fine. All right, we can mute it. Let's bring you over here. Maybe. Kind of like that. How does generative MIDI fare in microtonal music? Fine, pretty much. As long as you just have to keep in mind, it would work just as well as any other music. You know, you get chords down, put chords down, arpeggiate it. Howdy, hit war on the beat. How long I've been producing for? Like 8 years, about. I think. Yeah, coming up on 8 years, I think. No, this, you're supposed to be that. I don't know how I feel about it. It's drum and bass. Drum and bass is just a boring genre, man. Is this Halloween music? No, I mean, it could be, because, I mean, if you're making music around Halloween, by de facto, it's Halloween-y. I suppose it sounds a little spooky in that it's microtonal, so I'm making shit in weird... I like to make stuff in weird temperaments or weird tunings. Right? Do I make trap? I started out making trap music. I started out making trap and dubstep. So okay, when I say trap, I mean EDM trap, like electronic music. Like it still has like hi-hat rules and whatnot, but like I never got in using vocals and stuff like that. I made a couple trap beats when I started out. That was like the first like couple years, and I realized I wanted to make like more weird psychedelic experimental bass music, dance music, stuff like that. What DAW do you use? I mean, I only ever used Ableton. I think I pirated FL like when I very first started, and I used it for like a couple days, and I was like, I don't like this, and I saw everyone use Ableton, so then I pirated Ableton, and I was like, I like this, and I stuck with that, and then eventually I bought it. So I stand by. I think Ableton's the way. It's pretty fucking pricey though. Bitwig is also pretty good. If you want to get like real into it and real nerdy, Bitwig seems pretty cool. Okay, I don't know what to do with the song. It's a vibe. It's a thing. Let's switch to this guy, and then let's turn on the good old synthesizer in the background. You could play that. FL Studio 25 is way good. Yeah, they're probably all fine. Oh, the synth isn't turning on. Why is that? What's your deal? I did move all the things around, so the power... There we go. There we go. We should be working. Yeah, I mean, every DAW can do pretty much everything. I'm just not a fan of how FL's like everything's a pop-out window. There's just a million different like pop-out windows and plugins and VSTs and whatnot when like you just want to do something super basic. I like how most of what you do in Ableton can just be done like in the box. Any good VST for EDM trap melodies? I don't know. I mostly just use stock plugins and just like make stuff from scratch. So I do most of my sound design. Like you could like get Serum if you want like a workhorse synthesizer plugin to learn synthesis and learn sound design, and then like Serum 2 is good. You know, it's kind of like the standard. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Pigments is also pretty good, though. I guess for trap music, I don't really know what you're looking for in trap music. When I was making trap music, a lot of the cool sounds I would get out of resampling. So I had a lot of inspiration from like something. So like something rain. Here, like this song blew my fucking mind. And I would say I would be very surprised if he's actually like using explicit VSTs and drawing out individual synth sounds. I think he's just resampling stuff. I think he just like recorded or just had samples of like percussion and just resampled the shit out of it and just glitched everything and warped it. So like at least like that style of like trap or whatever, you could get really far just by glitching and warping and becoming familiar with like different warp modes and stuff like that. And I know Ableton in particular, if it doesn't fucking crash and can load my project, is really good at warp modes and stuff and glitching sounds and mangling things. Can you please load? Still loading. There you go. Please? Please. Come on. Oh my god, I can't handle it. Can you please load? There we go. Okay. So, you know, if you want, like, let's say we have a beat, right? right? So like you could take that beat. Honestly, let's just resample the beat itself. Like something I would do. Yeah, show you how to glitch. This is what I would do. So like you could take. Let's take for instance. You're from Italy. Cool. Welcome, welcome. Italy, pretty neat. Pretty neat. So we have this resample of these drums. Right? You can just like transpose it up a bunch and then have warp modes on such that it will play the sample forwards and then reverse it backwards, right? So you know, you should learn how like all the warp modes work. I don't know what the equivalent would be in FL Studio, but essentially this like forward arrow, backward arrow thing has it set so that I have it transposed up 2 octaves, which means it's going to be playing 4 times as fast between every single one of these little warp markers. So what it's going to do is it's going to play it 4 times as fast, and then when it reaches the end of the sample length of this thing, it's going to reverse it and then play that in reverse 4 times as fast and then repeat. And so it's just going to play this thing like up to here and then reverse the thing here and then play it again and then reverse it and do that. And then here it's going to do the exact same thing but for this duration. And so every single one of these little warp markers is going to get whatever warp, right? Right? And so then you can compress the shit out of it because some sounds are quieter than others. Right, and then you can add like, let's add like a little bit of delay, and then you can like, you know, you can like automate the delay time and whatnot. I'd be happy to give feedback, but seeing as you like that's your second message in the chat, and I just started the stream, I want to produce a little bit longer and get some more stuff accomplished before I start giving feedback. Especially because like, no offense, but like you just stepped in here, right? Right, so you already got like some weird ass thing here, right? Then we can just like freeze and flatten this entire warped and compressed and delayed out thing here. And then where is flatten? I have to hit bounce track in place. Isn't that the same thing? There we go. Now we have like this thing, and we can like reverse this. Right? And then you can like take little bits and then just like move them around. And then like you could just like duplicate little bits of audio around. Like right here, I'll just like duplicate this a bunch just because fuck it. Right? And then, you know, you'd be like, oh, that bit right there sounds fucking sick. So I'm gonna keep that. And then I'll take like this thing right here, and then you can cut that and then reverse that, right? Right? So now you have. Right? And so you just like go through and then just like, you know, cut, delete, paste, do whatever. Right? You know, you just go through, make little micro edits and adjustments and whatnot. You can get a cool bunch of cool sounds like that. And that was just working with this initial drum sample. So imagine if you take like a sample of like a guitar and an instrument or whatever, and then you could do the exact same thing, apply different processing, you know, warp stuff, compress it, glitch it around, move them around rhythmically into different parts of the song and whatnot, right? So that's basically how I got started doing sound design. I was like, oh, it's actually way better and way easier if you just resample stuff. Start with a source already and then mangle it, rather than like starting with Serum and then opening up a saw wave. Because if you start with like a sawtooth wave, like until you get really good at sound design, you're just going to be making the same sounds that everyone else is making. Because when you just start off with like basic shapes, you're just following along with like super saw, hyper saw tutorials, you're just going to get the same shitty knockoff like flume sound or bad dubstep basses because you don't like know much. Whereas if you're starting off with resampling audio, it's going to sound like unique as hell, and basically it'll be as cool as initial sample source material. So you just start with resampling something that already sounds cool, and then you can get really cool shit. Anyways, here, this is a song. I don't know, I need to make it good, so we'll see. What the fuck is that? No, there's like a smooching sound. Right there. What the fuck? Is it you? Is it... Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it, okay. Melodies is just it's all Operator, which is a stock Ableton synth, but like we're just using sine waves for the most part. It's like very basic. Like you just use a sine wave as your wavetable oscillator thing in pretty much any single patch and just make it plucky. Like VSTs, 90% of the VSTs all do the same thing. It doesn't really matter. It does not matter what VSTs you're using, it matters how well you learn to use the VSTs. So if you just pick one like workhorse super VST like Serum 2, Phase Plant, whatever the rest are, I'm not going to list them. That's all you need to know. You don't need anything else. You don't need to buy a bunch of shit. You can just do everything in the box. The stock stuff that FL Studio comes with, which I think like FL Studio comes with Harmor. Harmor is amazing. You can do so much shit with Harmor. You just have to learn how it works. And that is going to take some time. That's going to take some effort. But I wouldn't go chasing if you hear a cool sound and you're like, what VST made that sound? I'm gonna buy that VST. That's a bad like mentality and rabbit hole. It's gonna be expensive and it's not gonna get you anywhere because you're not gonna be learning how to make that melody. You're gonna be chasing and trying to spend money to solve your issue. And really what you should be doing is you should be studying and spending time twisting knobs and figure it out. I don't use any real instrument VST, like a VST modeling an instrument. No, this is just a synthesizer, which is it's FM synthesis. I'm just using FM synthesis. This is called Operator, right? And it really doesn't matter. You can make this patch in almost anything. This is a very simple patch, and you can make the sound in like almost anything. Yeah, there are very few VSTs that can do stuff that no other VST can do in terms of like synthesis. And if you're at the point where you're looking for that, you're already super advanced. So I would just say I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah. weird. Some stuff. Yeah, I added this ring modulation thing. It just does not sound good. Yeah. And then secondly, where's the big guy? Yeah, this guy. Let's take the stereo pan. Let's not do that there. What's up, Hoopla? Just trying to figure out this fucking song again. The 1000th time. I need to change up this thing. Yeah, that one's a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know. Is that how I want the song to go? I need to tease this drop. I don't make this work. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, like all the pieces are there. I'm just not sure if I'm happy just with it structurally. Right? We have A section, B section, A section, B section, breakdown, C section, back into B section, into outro. I want it needs like an even greater build up. We need this section here when it returns to the chorus from previous bits. It needs to be greater. It needs to have so much more emphasis and teasing because it's the last time it appears before the song ends, right? But I don't know. I don't know if I could do that much more. Maybe the song's fine as it is, and I'm just tripping. Maybe it's just fine as it is. There's also a few things we can definitely do. Make variations. Where's the... Like, where's that bit? The... Where in God's name? Where's all... It's not even in this group. I don't know. I don't know, there's too much shit. There's too much. It doesn't exist. It's not even in there. Excuse me? Oh, it's just in this group that is unnamed and outside of everything else. That's cool. That's super cool. I like that. I love it when I do that. Let's not fix it though. Let's just continue to work within this terrible, terrible structure of a song. There's also like a billion things that are happening at once right here. It's a lot. Like, maybe it just needs subtractive work. Maybe I keep thinking I need to add more to make this as big as I can. When I don't need to be doing that, really. I should just be removing... Like, does that need to be there? Probably not. No, it doesn't. And then it just ends. I'm not happy with the outro. I'm not happy with most of it. TBH. But it's just the ending bit. It's just the ending bit. So the outro needs to be changed up entirely, which I'll do that another day. I don't know. Working on songs where you don't know what to do is the worst. It's the absolute worst. Working on a good song with a lot of potential, but you're just like confused as to the direction. It sucks because like you want to work on it, but you just don't. You don't know what it is that is missing. You don't know what it is that you got to do to it. It's nebulous and confusing and really fucking frustrating. So yeah, that's how it is. Okay, we got a new thing. New thing. By new thing I mean old thing. I've been working on this for a minute. Click. Yeah, what's that? nothing in the sub. Did I change the side chain? Has it always been there? Did I add? There's like a pumping or something happening after the kick. It's kind of a weird kick, come to think of it. The fuck am I doing? Interesting. Okay. Whoa. Why did I... Weird. Here, let's just turn this all off for a second. I'm still hearing some weird sidechaining shit happen. I imagine it's just coming from this guy. How long do I spend on a song before I release it? It varies. It varies. Here, let's go through talk about how much I torture myself. This one, okay, so this EP, a lot of these songs had been worked on or almost finished from like up to 5 years ago. And anytime I open up an old project, I'm like, why the hell did I do that? Yeah, so like the kick drum, I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? But I turned off all the effects and it sounded kind of worse, I think, but it still sounds weird, so I don't know. I was on something, but it's okay, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, this thing, so a lot of these songs were started years ago. But like I make a song, throw it in the back, and I'm like, okay, word. Eventually, when I decide I want to release these songs, then I hyper focus on it and hyperfixate, and then torture myself for months on end. So this one, I decided I was gonna release this. I think when I decided on it was about June, and like I remember all of June, I was like weirdly like super obsessive and had like crazy energy and worked on it for like 5 hours a day every day for like a month, and then burned myself out hardcore. So this, I would say this EP came out faster than the rest. It took me like 3-4 months, like 95% done for years. Kinda, it varies. Floppy Ears was like 99% done, like 100% done for like 3 years. I just like never released it because I didn't think the song was good, and now it's like my most popular song. This song was like 50% done. So some of the songs were just completely this song was like 50% not finished, and then this song I reworked the entire ending. This song I made in 30 minutes and was super easy, though it took me like I probably spent like 10 hours mixing it down total, right? So this song probably I spent like a cumulative like 15 hours on total. This song I probably spent a cumulative like 80 hours on, because this one just tortured the shit out of me. Probably longer than that. I've had this one for years and years, and this one was the hardest to mix down. Still sounds kind of like ass, I think. That's the way it goes. But anyways, so this EP took me like probably 3-4 months of like pretty focused work, relatively focused. This EP took me like similar amounts of time, like 6 months, I want to say, even longer. And it was less tracks, though I was doing weird shit. I'm really not happy with how the mixes came out, honestly. The first song sounds good. The second song doesn't. And the third song has a lot of issues, but they sound fine. Tangled Snakes, I think I spent like, I want to say like 10 months for these 4 songs. Roughly. Maybe less. No, I think Tangled Snakes was like 6 months. I'm forgetting now. I think I'm mixing them up. Yeah, I'm mixing them up, and I have too many fucking releases now. The Glotch Hip EP, this one took me 10 months. That's what it was. So it's like once I decide on a thing, then I focus on it and like work pretty diligently, nonstop for, I don't know. It varies. It really varies per song. But again, some songs I've worked on for years and years and years. Like this song, Glock Chip, I think I worked on for 4 years total. Or 3 years maybe? Yeah, 3 to 4 years. Like tweaking it probably like at least once a month for like those entire 4 years. And then a couple of these other songs came together in like 1 or 2 sessions. Like this song came together in like an hour. This song took me 4 years. So it varies. Yeah. Yeah, like this song that I'm working on right now, I made almost all of this, I think, in like 1 or 2 sittings. Like a year and a half ago, but I decided last week I really didn't like the ending, so now I'm redoing the ending. But I'm still tweaking it, still mixing it down. But the creative decisions are I'm almost completely done with creative decisions on the song. I'm just gonna be doing technical mixing shit, right? There's some weird transient stuff in the left speaker here. And I don't like how the ending sounds. The very last bar. Yeah, there's like, I mean, it's in the sound design. The sound design is clicky, but there's just like a couple clicks that make no sense. It's not you, is it? Where's the rest of it? Sound design stuff. Okay. We just need to name it. Is it you? Yeah. We just mute that. Oh. Yeah, that was it. There's still clicks. Is it you? Kind of part of the song, like it's clicky, and then in the composition when there's so much shit going on, and I'm thinking there's clicks when there's not, which makes me think that if I'm thinking there's clicks when there's not, then that means it's too clicky, and then there's still clicks. If I think there's clicks, then there's clicks, you know? It's like, you know, if you think they're there, then they're there, regardless, right? Because then the listener would think they're there, you know? It works, it's fine, I'm tripping. So I don't like how it pans there. Yeah, I don't like how you pan there, son. Wait, what if we just did that? Except, wait. It's right there. And then I still want to collapse the width just a little bit because it's like moving to the side in a weird way that I'm just not I'm not a fan of. Is it even you doing it? Oh, more clicks. Or am I crazy again? It's the texture thing. This guy. They're like really subtle, and they're not even necessarily clicks in like the DC offset kind of not DC offset, whatever, discontinuous jump in audio kind of click that I'm usually referring to. It's just like some of the sound design bits, very short transients, and I don't like them. Here, I'll solo where this fucking dude, this guy here has a ton. Like that shit there does not sound good. Especially when there's a bunch of other stuff happening, so you can't really make out the textural stuff, and so you just like the only thing that pokes through you know, the layers and everything is just the little click there, so I have to add to mute it, right? Wait, right there, right here, I want where new ideas. Oh no, it's group 26. From group 26, record. Soothe wouldn't capture the clicks. Unless there's some declicking special ability in Soothe I don't know about. Let's go. And then let's just texture. Right? And then not only do we texture it, we also delay it. Right? And then we get rid of the low end. And then we get a disperser. It's too much. first bit. No, let's just... I don't know. Maybe we mute right after that snare hit, actually. I don't know about that. Mute the drum fill. Drum fill. Get rid of the hi-hats. Where's the hi-hats at? That's fun. Now it pans. Why do you pan? Why is there a little bit panning, man? Oh, it's because the width isn't all the way. Oh, I'm opening the width up. Oh, I see. I mean, that's better. I'm still not crazy 100% about the outro, but I'm done working on it. Let's move on to... yeah, fuck it. The 343 notes per octave. The stupidly too many notes. Too many heckin' notes, man. It's way too much. I mean, this one I think is like conceptually done. I still want to make, I think, a couple changes regarding sound design and some layers and stuff like that. But besides that, I don't know, structurally and whatnot, it's all good. So that's cool. How do I... Can I get this other camera to work? I can. Oh boy. Look at that. Look at that. My other camera. Hamilton crashed. It has crashed. This one. Okay, well now you will curtail your commentaries since we would not skew the results in Nao's favors. Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Leaky. Thank you. He's selfless. Because you know it causes him great psychic damage. Not proselytize my greatness every like 10 or 15 minutes or so. All right. We got this guy loaded. This one's just tuned kind of like Gamelan, weird sounding. Yeah, I learned a bunch of songs from Legend of Zelda, like the old Nintendo 64 games, and all those songs are very modal. Right? Like I don't know, like the Song of Storms is just in Dorian, right? Song of Storms is just like super simple. Right? It's just that looped over and over and over again, and it falls on a minor chord, and it's just a 1 2 3 2 chord progression, but in Dorian. And so like I learned how to play that in like every single key. And I'm super inspired by Elder Scrolls games and just like RPGs, Elder Scrolls games, Legend of Zelda, stuff like that. It was like all stuff that I tried to learn in the beginning, and I've learned a lot of like, I like to improvise within different modes and just like exploring different stuff, and then yeah, just like switching, I don't know, just switching between different modes whenever you feel like it. I don't know, I feel like writing within MIDI, trying to like think modally or think non-diatonically can be kind of tricky, but like when you're just playing on the piano, eventually you just build like muscle memory, and you're just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just switch into Lydian right now, and it'll just work. So that is odd. I need to get a Lumitone, man. I need to get a Lumitone. It's only $4,000. Big fancy microtonal piano thing. I need it. I need it so goddamn bad. Because like, oh man, just think about what I could accomplish. Like harmonically, it's fucking ridiculous. Like what I can do on here, even though I've spent, you know, like fucking 5 times as much time I've spent on the piano, drawing in melodies and whatnot on the piano roll. I can do way more on the piano, at least like modally and like non-diatonically and whatnot, and make everything kind of link and work. I guess just like I learned music theory on this thing, and I don't know music theory very well intuitively in the piano roll. So like imagine if I had a Lumitone and I could play microtonal, you know, in like 29 Edo very easily, and just like build muscle memory for different temperaments and different groupings, and I could just start just doing crazy shit. Oh, I need it. Suffering. Yeah, like I stick my hands on the piano, I got a progression I often trend towards, cool to see mine. Yeah, definitely. You know, if you watch me do it often, you're gonna end up hearing the same shit over and over and over again. Sometimes it's pretty rare when I come up with something new, but I just have to put dedicated time and practice into learning new things, I think. I feel like some of the stuff I'm doing is getting a little stale, but I'm still slowly, I still discover new stuff every now and then. Yeah. I don't know about the outro section. I mean, all the bits and stuff are fine. They can all be improved. They can always be improved. Okay. That's enough of that. We're just jumping around songs, making things a little bit better. Here, this song needs a fix. I played it on my friend's speakers and the mids sounded fucked on big angry bass sound. So I need to make the mids sound not messed up. Yeah. Someone might hear it and think, wow, this is incredible. Yeah, they might. They might. Oh, let me get water, use the bathroom and whatnot. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. We have a new song. I haven't opened this in a couple weeks. So this sounds fucking great on my speakers. It sounded terrible on my friend's speaker. Now, mind you, I mean, we were just demo testing, like, whether or not my USB worked. And it was just, like, a speaker just blasting into the middle of a living room. But this guy, there's no disperser on it. I don't think so. Oh, there's a disperser on it. I think it did sound like too dispersed, I think. I like how it sounds when it's dispersed. I like it. But it sounds messed up, man. What do we do about that? How do we resolve this conundrum? What's my beef with the sound? I mean, oh, it's just the low mids are just like way too long. Like, what if, hear me out. What if we use soothe? I'm going soothe crazy. We have soothe only on the low mids with a long. Why can't it tell me in milliseconds what the attack is? Why can't you just tell me? Okay, I have an idea. Bam. All right, check this out. We're gonna have soothe. We're gonna have a parallel chain. This chain is gonna be muted. You are not gonna have an output, but we're gonna delay you by some amount of time, right? Hear me out. Hear me the fuck out. And then this soothe is gonna sidechain input from itself. And then we're going to take the input sidechain from the delay post effects, right? And now, oh, hit sidechain. Yep, okay, beautiful. I'm a fucking genius. All right, now we actually have an attack time that makes sense. So the input, the sound is going into this muted delay, and then this soothe is working on that muted delay. Thus, we can have this get soothed at a particular time, right? Make this. I was expecting this to be, can also stab it. Hear me out. This might be crazy. Oh my god. I think we just stab it. I've never used stab on a bass like that, but it's super resonant in the, I mean, maybe it works. I think you just stab it. I think stab totally works. Now, mind you, I probably would never have even heard the OTT artifacts ever, but the fact that I can hear them when it's muted makes me scream, so I'm just gonna do that. All right. Oh. Yeah, the song's really good. The song is very good, and I really like it. Bummer I couldn't play it out at the show I just recently played. Because it had that low mids issue that probably would have sounded like shit on the big speakers, probably. I mean, no one would give a fuck. It was at 3 in the morning, and everyone was, like, high out of their minds, so I think they would have all been fine, but it is what it is. Oh. Yeah, the intro kind of sucks, though. Just, I don't know what I'm doing with the snares, man. a click. Just get rid of that. I think it's the kick. It's the kick sidechain. Go to that one too. Cool. That I think sounds a lot better. You could use stab on big giant bases. Glorky, yeah. I learned. Well, I probably kind of already knew that, but forgot about it. You put a disperser on a big giant honkin' base, right? And then as a result, your low mids ring out too long. And then what do? You put stab on it. You do a multi-band transient shaping, and then you just transient shape it. Like where? Like here, this guy. Right? Here's without the stab. With it. it kind of sounds exactly the fucking same. What's going on? Yeah, no, it's totally different. It's just the low end doesn't like keep going and going and going and being all terrible. It's more punchy. It's more punchy now. Before, the low end is like a continuous stream, while the top end isn't. Now it's like punchy, yeah. I don't really like this note. Why is this one cut short? Was there a kick drum right before it? No. Like, do you hear that? It's short. Doesn't sound short when it's soloed. What's going on? It's not the side chain. I'm crazy. I'm hallucinating. I'm hallucinating. I have to be, right? What else would it be besides me losing my goddamn mind? Like, do y'all hear that shit? Like, it cut short right here. It doesn't ring out at all. But I solo it. The one right before the downbeat. The one right before the downbeat. Like, tell me whether or not you also hear this. In the context of the song, these three notes, or rather this last note, sounds different than when it's soloed. Is it getting masked? Why would it get masked so hard right there? This sound is masking it? Really? No, it's not. It's not. What is causing that? What the fuck? Am I nuts? Big bass. Yeah, look at that. Look at that shit. It cuts short right there. Solo it. I'm okay. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Verified with audio. What the fuck is going on? What the shit? When I play with everything else, there's something sidechaining it down. A kick, but I checked. There's no kicks right here. It's a snare? Is the snare also sidechaining it? Do we have a snare playing right there? We do have a snare playing right there. It's got to be a snare. That's it. It's a snare sidechain. The only explanation. But where would that be? We have a kicks group here. Compressor, kick snare. I found it. I found it, folks. Okay. Wow. That was miserable. But we did it. Is this me or did I somehow change it and it sounds different now? Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. I wasn't going crazy. That's the good news. That's the good news. Let's delete all this excess audio. Okay. Turns out when you sidechain things to your snare, they get sidechained to your snare, and then you forget about it, and then you end up freaking out, crashing out hard. Okay, I'm tired. And what other songs do I gotta work on? I guess what I should be doing is going back to the planning board. Oh yeah, this is when I was impulsively doing math last stream. That was fun. Remember that, folks? That was a hoot. Stereographic projection. I like this. I like this little notes. The little drawn notes board. Definitely a lot better than MS Paint. That's for sure. Okay. I guess. I don't know. I'm still not 100% convinced of what I want to do. When I played my recent show, I don't know. I just there was a couple crowd reactions to some songs that I just like wasn't anticipating that has me changing how I feel about the music, which isn't good. It really isn't, because fuck the crowd. But also the crowd is important. It's a balancing act, right? You know, like fuck what the people think, just, you know, make music how you want to make it. Be true to yourself. But also what other people think is a good gauge for stepping outside of your own brain in gaining external perspective on your music, right? So I guess that's a balancing act. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think just the music that didn't work very well just wasn't appropriate for that time and place in that setting in a live set. I think that is all. I think that's all that happened, and they're all still good. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's this song. This song sounding good. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, the disperser bass is kind of weird, but I think by transient gating it or whatever, multiband transient shaper, I think it sounded a lot better. Otherwise, yeah. I need to finish the Dream Shaper. I don't know how I feel about it structurally. I really don't. Do I master my own? I master my own music. Yeah. Now, like, yes, my music would probably most definitely be a little bit better if I sent it off to someone else who was, you know, a skilled mastering engineer in a nice, really well treated studio to, you know, do like final corrections or whatever and listen to you know, just like catch mistakes and whatnot, right? Like that's basically the point of mastering. However, my philosophy is that if I just keep forcing myself to do it all myself, then eventually I'll get good enough to just like keep doing it myself, right? Like that's how I'm gonna learn to just improve and get better. I don't know. Like Tipper masters all of his own stuff, so why can't I do it? You know? And I think I'm getting pretty good. I think my productions are getting pretty damn good. And that way I avoid external variables. I have complete control over everything. And my ear improves. And I don't spend money on a mastering engineer. So that's cool. I guess the downsides are it adds to the whole perfectionism bit of me obsessing over finishing music, but I don't know. My mastering and mixing are treated as the same thing. Seasonal depression seems like it's all year for me. Stop streaming, bummer, get a job. I don't think I'm depressed too often. It's it varies. Also, I'm not seasonally depressed. I'm maximizing my production before it hits. This is before I get depressed. Y'all, it's preemptive measures, right? We got to get as much music done as possible before it happens. Wonder if realized one of those full spectrum dust lights weighted towards the warm part. Your nose makes no music. Are you trolling? Do I need to ban you? Because like it seems like jokes. I'm interpreting it as jokes, but I think you're just being malicious. Well, let me open. But you've been in the stream before, right? No, yeah, you've been here a bunch. I think. I think I'm maybe I'm misinterpreting shit, or you're tweaking. Who knows? Hope I don't get seasonal depression. It just comes and goes. It's seasonal. But yeah, no, I don't know. Perfectionism, mastering music. I do it all myself. I want to have as much control as physically possible over the end result. And so what better way to do that than to do that, right? Yeah, no, I'm gonna let's keep going a little bit longer. What do we want to work on? I should go back to this thing. Let's go back to this guy because I really wanted. This is the utmost priority, and we need to finish this song and have it released. I'm being a dick. I love the clouds. Gotcha. Don't fully know what you're talking about. A bad seasonal depression triggers me because I hate the hot summer month. Well, the problem is both extremes just suck, right? There's a sweet spot right in the middle. But like you're kind of like stuck inside your house, not able to really like accomplish much, just in different extremes, right? But yeah, Tipper's the GOAT. Most like really good producers, I think, just like all master their own shit. I don't know. It can be done, so like why not? Yeah. You learn the most that way. Yeah. I have to say though, when it's cold as shit and really dark out, sleeping is way more comfy. Like blankets go crazy hard when it's colder outside the blankets. Oh my god, I love that shit. It's probably worth doing yourself so long as it doesn't prevent you from creating. Sometimes I wonder if maybe the move is to get someone else to master. Like, I think from like a productivity standpoint, getting music out, also it being more polished, like, yeah. Like, okay, objectively, like a lot of the music that I've released, I end up realizing later down the line, and they got issues with it that could probably and very well could be addressed by, you know, a mastering engineer. And so some of my music that I've released has come out with flaws that would have been avoidable otherwise. However, I'm improving with every single release. So I'm taking it on the nose. I'm taking the downsides of, yes, there's going to be flaws in my mixes and masters that I'm not aware of yet because my ear isn't as trained yet or whatever, right? But this is an investment. So there's that downside now that sure, my releases will have signs or whatever of the time that it was made and my age as a producer, right? Those cracks will show a little bit, but as a result, I'm going to get better and better, and I'll take that. I work residential construction, so longer, wetter days, more music time. Hell yeah, getting cozy, making soups. You know, I mean, I do like winter. I absolutely do. I do also tend to get crazy depressed like around this time of year. It hasn't hit yet though. I could be like doing that manifesting thing where I'm like, oh, I'm expecting it to happen, and then it happens. But I think it's the result of just like I've been through a lot of like shitty shit at exactly this time of the year in my life. So it's not necessarily like, oh no, the sun isn't out, I'm so sad. And it's more so like, oh man, when I was 18 years old, I was like extremely depressed due to crazy life circumstances at this time. And thus it reminds me of that and I'm traumatized or something, you know? It's like, it's probably, I'm guessing, it's like that deeper shit. Plus, oh, the sun isn't out as much as I'd like. Oh no. I do remember like when I was working at Dolby, I would like commute to work and go on the fucking subway when it was completely dark out, and then I would leave and then go back home when it's completely dark out. I literally just wouldn't step outside or see the sun for like 5 days straight. It's awful. Wonder how the heck Tipper even figured out how to do what he does just decades of doing it. Yeah, that's it. It's just time doing it, frankly. I mean, like, I'm like 8 years in, and I feel like I can pretty confidently say I know how he does or how I can replicate and do like 99% of what he does. There's still occasional sounds and stuff that I'm like, I have no fucking clue how he did that. But after a point, you know, it's just like understanding sound, like fundamentals. Like you can recreate, once you know enough, you can recreate almost anything. There's always going to be a few weird ass exceptions with crazy like additive synthesis techniques or something, but like eventually, like sound design wise, I feel like I have like good chops enough to at least understand what he's doing. And then at a point, it's just about taste and it's about arrangement and it's about songwriting. And so, you know, I can know what he's done, but I wouldn't have the, you know, wherewithal or capacity or whatever to go ahead and do that myself because I don't have the 30 years of experience and taste that's been built up, right? It's also about workflow and stuff like that. So I'm sure he can make in a tenth of the time, 100th of the time, something as polished or whatever as what I can make, right? A lot of it is about time. Like I found, like I listened back to some of my mixes that I made when I was like 2 years in. I think were like as good as some of the mixes I'm putting out now. It's just that I remember I spent like a year mixing down that song versus sometimes I can get mixes that sounding that good in an hour or two, you know? So it's like it's about your workflow and how much faster you get at making at output and whatnot. Like a lot of songs I'll make in a single live stream in like an hour and a half. Yeah, 8H, don't worry. That's why I was like, I didn't it felt like you were being disrespectful, but I also have seen you in the chat a lot and you've always been really friendly, so I figured it was that I'm like misinterpreting or something, so don't worry about it. And yeah, it's Paliac. It's a made up word. You can say Paliac, you can say Palic, I don't know, you can say whatever you want. It's just a string of letters that look kind of aesthetically interesting. And that's about it. But yeah, don't worry about that. New York was awful that way where I grew up. Dude, I'm in California, so I mean I'm such a baby bitch. Like when it's cold out, it's like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. When it's like 50, 60 degrees. That's like the coldest it like tends to get. I remember I had one stream where the stream was like titled like it's cold, it's too cold outside or something. And I'm just like sitting there in a big jacket and I'm complaining, and then someone jumps in the chat and he's like, yeah man, it's minus 20 degrees where I'm at. What's it like over there? And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just a massive baby. Yeah. But you know, it's all about perspective, man. I'm used to it being so fucking awesome and perfect all the time. So then yeah, it's really rough on me when it's like mildly chilly. Right? It's like a baby. It's like a baby crying because their toy broke and they're like having a tantrum. It's like that's the worst day of their life that they've like ever had, you know? So like you gotta acknowledge the baby struggles. You gotta acknowledge my struggles when it hits like 58 degrees. Terrible. Yeah, like it used to take you 8 hours to get like 80% good track, now you get 80%. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's also an ungodly amount of time spent making music. So like allegedly Tipper spends like 10 hours in the studio like every single day. So if you think about how much music he's made, it's like a numbers game, you know, like a quantity over quality thing, right? If you spend 100 hours trying to make one song perfect versus you spend 100 hours making 100 songs, one of those 100 songs are just going to be better than the other song, right? You just got to make a fuck ton of music. So I'm sure he makes an absurd amount of music, and then you hear the good ones, right? You're an Aptos, nice. No, Sun on Winter, basically great. In terms of mastering and mixing stuff, I wonder how these guys figured out what sounds best without like instruction. It's just twisting knob until the cool sounds come out. Like there's a lot of pro producers don't have a fundamental understanding or mathematical understanding of DSP or waveforms or what FM synthesis or anything does. All that they know is that they twist these knobs and then the sound changes in that way and it sounds good. And that's all that matters. That's really it. Having technical understandings and being able to like assign words to concepts and piece things together, that can speed it up and make things work better. But really it's about like intuition building and just spending time twisting knobs, right? You can have as technical an understanding and read all the books that you want, but you have to spend time EQing shit to understand, you know, what frequencies need to be EQ'd and when, and just like listening and comparing songs and stuff like that. So like at the end of the day, you just got to twist knobs a bunch. That's it. It's just time spent in it. That's why my number one advice to everyone who asks me, any student that I have that asks me how they want to improve or get better, I just say you need to open your DAW every day. It doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes, it doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes. You just have to open it every day and build the habit and build the discipline of doing it every single day, because that's how you get better. You just have to do it all the time, right? Once you're doing it all the time, then there's more stuff you can do to try to like go in new directions and break out of habits and whatnot, and study and learn new concepts and material. But ultimately, you just have to do the thing every single day and just build the practice. You just have to practice it. That's it. It's like that with most things in life. And so the most important bit is building discipline such that even if you don't feel great, you're going to do it. I didn't feel super great starting the stream today, but it's the thing that I do. I made it part of like my personality at this point of I stream pretty regularly. It's a thing that I do. It's not, oh, I feel like it, I don't feel like it. It's, well, I should stream today because I'm a person who streams today, right? And so that should be, and also streaming and making music and producing for me have like kind of become synonymous in that just like I almost always stream when I make music. Not always, but for the most part. So like it's just useful for me to work that way, but that's how it should just be with music production. You should not feel inspired and then sit down and make a track because you're riding a wave of inspiration. You should sit down and make a track because you always do that. And then when the inspiration comes, you're going to be so much more well equipped to make a banger riding off of that inspiration because you've built so much like muscle memory and understanding of your DAW and understanding of what sounds make what, or what knobs make what sounds and whatnot, right? Do you think is objective sort of truth when it comes to mixing and stuff like that? Like what levels sub, E-course, Mantis Mash? Fuck you, Cam. Fuck you. There you go. I know you were just looking for me to say fuck you, but you got it. You got it. Congratulations. Like what levels subs should be is somewhat of a standardized thing because of how music is played out live. Yeah, I mean, I would say there's like objective truths for sure. It rides, some stuff rides along the lines of subjectivity, but you know, if you have like shit that's piercing at 5 kilohertz, unanimously everyone is going to say that sounds bad unless they have hearing damage at 5 kilohertz in both of their ears, right? Like there are extremes that are unanimously considered bad, and then once you like start to go towards, it gets subjectively blurry along the lines of when something becomes good and when something becomes bad, I think. But a lot of it also comes down to stylistic stuff. So, you know, like as you said, standardized levels of subs and whatnot. You generally aim your sub at a specific level. Yeah, I do. I always make my subs sit at around -6 dB on a spectrum. I put a spectrum after my limiter and have that hit at around -6, just about. Ever since I started doing that, I haven't had to do a single card test or anything. It just always sounds good. That's just the easiest way to do it. Make it so that your sub hits around -6, your kick maybe hits a little bit above that, just a teensy bit. Though if your sub is super dynamic and you have like an auto pan or something tremoloing and it's like wubbing at like quarter notes or whatever, you can have it pulse a little bit above and below. You can get away with a lot more. Oh yeah, objective truths when it comes to mixing. Yeah, a lot of stuff is stylistic. I would say like if something sounds like a mistake, then it's bad, right? Now the question is like, when does something sound like a mistake? I would say like clipping will sound like a mistake if you have a sound or a collection of sounds that are playing and they never clip, with the exception of like one time they kind of randomly clip in when your left or right ear or whatever. That sounds bad. It sounds like an unintentional mistake that the creator did not catch. It is unrelated to the processing and everything happening in the song. That's the kind of stuff that I think you need to like look out for, that are objective mistakes or clipping or clicks. I'm mixing up words. What would the -6 be if you open up span? I don't know. I assume, I don't know. I don't use span, honestly. I don't know, but use a reference track. Take a song that you know is good, like Tipper. Take a Tipper track, throw it in span, see where the sub sits, make your song match that. Make it song in your genre, but they're probably all gonna sit at like the same level. I was listening to Goosebumps mix earlier. Thought one of the tracks was me. Oh, that'd be cool. Not to my knowledge. Goosebumps played at Orion, right? Pretty, yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember what their set was. I think it was good. I mean, I think everyone at Orion was pretty good. These reference tracks are mastered. Do you turn it down a bit first or just go for it? The reference track, what you do is you throw a reference track in your DAW, right? Like here. Let's say this is my let's take yeah, please find it. Timestamp it. Links on YouTube don't work, so send it to me on Discord. So what you do is you throw a thing in your DAW, right? And then instead of the output going to main, right? Main goes to your master channel, right? Think of everything in here as like a giant group that's being routed to go into your master. Instead, you just hit exit out. And then now this is just going to exit out, and then you can listen relative to your thing. And thus now all the processing doesn't happen on it. So you could put like a lux meter on your reference track and it'll read minus, if it says -7, right? Then you have a lux meter on your master and you want that to reach -7 because your master no longer doesn't affect the song anymore, right? So that's kind of how I approach that. I totally forgot about Twitch chat and haven't looked at it in forever. No one's talked in it in a while. All right, we're good. But yeah, did I miss anything else? Don't blast sub to infinity, and what is more like learn the rules then break them. Yeah, I would say, I don't know, there's some stuff about headroom and sub bass that is more objective. Like usually you almost always, pretty much, yeah, you would just always want to have your sub be in mono. Stuff like that. To avoid like phase issues and shit like that, because like you can't, sub is omnidirectional anyways. Stuff like that. But generally, I don't know. It's trends. It's genre specific and figuring out like what works best for the sound that you're going for. So, if you make music in like hyper pop, then you can get away with like clipping the shit out of everything and making everything sound terrible, right? If you're making rhythm, you can master your song at -3 LUFS and make it sound terrible. Like you can do that. And most people who listen to that music are not going to complain. I will, but no one cares about my opinion in that world. So, yeah, it all depends. We want to work on this section over here. What? Is it not that? Where? I don't know where the sounds are, because I don't know my project file. It's in here again. Right. Big ambiguous group that should be labeled. Okay. Labeled it. Yeah, I wanted you to sound way better than that. How do we do that? Oh, I know. Actually, I don't know. I don't think this will work. The idea is that we're gonna take an echo And it's gonna do like a tape stop thing. Yeah, but it's too short. Wasn't this... What? What? There's another one? No, it was coming from that. I'm fucking crazy. Oh, there's so much stuff. Where's... That's me playing tabla. How cute. And then what in God's name is the thing panned to the right? It's you in it. Yeah, it is. Why do you do that? Why do you do that, man? It's so annoying. It still does it. Is it panned to the right, I guess? Just a little bit? Yeah. It's still fucking doing it. Is it a ping pong? It's a ping pong. I'm losing it. I'm losing it, man. Ending kind of sucks. I think we should just go for the big... Oh my god, just the big reverb out. Yeah, something like that. Honestly, it might be a song where it just cuts out right there. No reverb tail. It just... and then just ends. That could be cool. Alright, folks, I have streamed for 2 hours. I am tired. I'm sleepy. So I'm gonna stop it. It's gonna stop now. We're ending it. But was a hoot. I got, what did I do? I worked on, oh, I cleaned up that one song. One song that had an issue that definitely needed to be cleaned. I mildly worked on the drum and bass song from yesterday. Cleaned up some clicks and stuff in that guy. Didn't really change much in this one. I don't know, just did some sound design mixing stuff. And then this guy worked on quite a bit, and I don't know, I can't even articulate what I did. I just changed some sounds. So it was productive. It was alright. It was good. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to Six Flags. Oh boy, amusement park. I'm gonna ride some roller coasters. Apparently there's gonna be people dressed up in scary masks and shit, and they're gonna run around and try to scare me. So that'll be fun. Yeah. All right, that's the end of the stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you probably, I don't know, Monday. Ever played piano at 5 a.m.? I have. Yeah, it's a vibe. Is a vibe. Got to do it with the fancy. That dude. It's a hoot. I gotta get more into playing it. I need to work on my like transcription skills. I need to work more on ear training. I've really been slacking there. I wanna get to the point where I can, and I largely I can listen to a thing and then eventually figure out like what's being played and what's going on if it's like relatively simple. But yeah, don't intimidate the tigers at Six Flags. I'll try not to. All right, I'm heading out. The thing.